today's joint press takeout. With Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari is His Excellency Hussein Brahim Taha, Secretary General, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, who arrived in Islamabad this morning. He has just concluded talks with Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari. Opening our session, I would request Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari to first make his opening remarks, which will be followed by remarks by Secretary General Taha. We will then have a Q&A session.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. It is my pleasure to warmly welcome His Excellency the Secretary General of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation for the first bilateral visit to Pakistan. I also welcome senior members of your team to Pakistan. We have had a fruitful exchange on issues of mutual concern and those confronting the Islamic Ummah.
Je voudrais, Excellence, souhaiter la bienvenue au secrétaire général de l'OCI et à la délégation qui l'accompagne pour sa première visite bilatérale avec le gouvernement pakistanais, et nous sommes très honorés de le recevoir ici à Islamabad.
The OIC is the collective voice of 56 countries and 1.9 billion Muslims across the globe, the second largest multilateral organization in the world. Pakistan attaches great importance to the OIC. We deeply appreciate the OIC's role in ensuring and safeguarding social, economic, and political interests of the Muslim world.
Pakistan accorde une importance capitale à l'OCI et aux activités de l'OCI. Et nous attachons aussi une importance capitale pour cette visite de son Excellence le Secrétaire Général ici au Pakistan.
During his stay in Pakistan, over the next few days, the Secretary General will also call on the Prime Minister of Pakistan. He will also meet the Minister of Kashmir and Gilgit Affairs, the Minister of Information Technology, and the Minister for Commerce. And he will also visit Azad, Jammu and Kashmir.
Durant ses visites pour ces 12 jours à venir, il aura l'honneur d'être reçu par le Premier ministre, par le ministre du Cachemire et l'autre ministre chargé du commerce.
In my exchange with him, I highlighted the ongoing human rights violations in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. I requested that the OIC must play its role on this issue. The actions of India on the 5th of August 2019 are blatant violations of international law, relevant UN Security Council and OIC resolutions, as well as the 4th Geneva Convention. They stand in sharp contrast to every effort to build peace, stability, and prosperity in South Asia. The OIC has condemned those actions. The organization should lead the diplomatic effort to find a lasting resolution to the Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with United Nations Security Council resolutions.
Durant notre discussion, on a discuté des questions des droits de l'homme, surtout au Cachemire, et nous pensons que, et nous avions fait savoir cela, que l'OCI doit jouer un rôle important et doit avoir le leadership pour la lutte contre, pour les droits des peuples du Cachemire. Et ça, c'est en parfaite harmonie avec les résolutions du Conseil de sécurité et les résolutions qui sont déjà adoptées aux Nations Unies.
We also touched upon the abhorrent phenomenon of Islamophobia, which is on the rise. We've encouraged the appointment of a special envoy on Islamophobia as mandated by recent ministerial resolutions. And on the situation in Afghanistan, I emphasized the urgent need to follow up on the decisions made at the 17th extraordinary session of the CFM.
Nous avons parlé aussi de l'islamophobie. Nous avons dit que nous sommes contents des rôles que l'OCI a déjà joué pour l'islamophobie. Nous avons aussi parlé de l'Afghanistan et le rôle aussi que l'OCI doit jouer pour l'amélioration de la situation des Afghans.
Humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan, which took place in December last year here in Islamabad. The extraordinary session made three important decisions: the appointment of an OIC special envoy, the establishment of an Afghan humanitarian trust fund, and the strengthening of the OIC presence in Afghanistan.
On a parlé du Kaboul et on avait adopté trois résolutions qui étaient très importantes. La première, c'était la nomination d'un envoyé spécial pour l'Afghanistan. La deuxième, c'était la création de ce fonds humanitaire pour l'Afghanistan. Et la troisième, c'est le renforcement du bureau de l'OCI qui est à Kaboul.
I am pleased to note that there has been progress on all fronts. Sufficient initial resources to strengthen the OIC office in Kabul and the operation of the Special Envoy have been provided by the OIC membership. I have learnt that the new office of the OIC mission in Kabul was recently inaugurated. I hope it will be instrumental in channeling OIC member states' support to Afghanistan. Some member states, including Saudi Arabia, have donated to the Afghan Humanitarian Trust Fund.
Ce fonds pour l'Afghanistan, nous pensons que les États membres doivent beaucoup l'aider pour qu'il puisse faire les missions qui lui sont assignées. J'ai appris que le bureau de l'OCI à Kaboul a été inauguré récemment et j'ai même appris que l'Arabie Saoudite a participé, a donné un très grand fonds pour ce fonds humanitaire du Cachemire.
I have also emphasized that the people of Afghanistan are looking forward to the OIC's support, and the time has come to deliver concrete results. Pakistan remains confident that under the Secretary General's leadership and that of his special envoy, we will see a positive impact in alleviating the humanitarian situation in Afghanistan.
Je pense que l'Afghanistan sera mieux si le secrétaire général et son envoyé spécial sont octroyés les moyens nécessaires pour qu'ils puissent mettre en œuvre les plans qu'ils ont désignés pour l'Afghanistan. Et nous, en tant que Pakistan, nous travaillons pour ça.
I have also emphasized that the people... I have again emphasized to him that Pakistan stands shoulder to shoulder with Palestinian brothers and sisters, as mandated by recent CFM resolutions. The OIC should prioritize preparing an action plan to raise the Palestinian issue internationally.
J'ai discuté avec son Excellence aussi que Pakistan et l'OCI vont travailler épaule contre épaule pour la cause palestinienne et que cette cause-là, cette lutte commune sera basée sur les résolutions qui sont déjà adoptées par les CFM organisées dans le cadre de l'OCI.
You may be aware, Pakistan will be convening the 18th OIC Trade Fair from the 16th to the 18th of June 2023 in Lahore, and I've sought the Secretary General's support and guidance. As part of this preparation, the Secretary General will also be meeting with the Minister of Commerce to discuss how Pakistan and the OIC can work together towards a successful trade fair.
Vous n'êtes pas sans savoir que le Pakistan va organiser une foire commerciale en 2023 en juin. Et nous pensons que Pakistan va jouer un rôle très important en collaboration avec l'OCI et même le secrétaire général va être reçu par le ministre du Commerce. Et nous demandons au niveau de ce présidium que l'OCI nous aide le Pakistan à pouvoir organiser cette foire commerciale.
It is an absolute honor and a privilege for me to host the Secretary General of the OIC here in Pakistan. Our country, the people of Pakistan, attach a great deal of importance to the OIC. My party, the Pakistan People's Party, attaches a great deal of importance to the OIC. Every Pakistani is proud of Shaheed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's role when he chaired the OIC meeting in Lahore. And I am incredibly honored that as Foreign Minister of Pakistan, I too get to serve as chair of the Council of Foreign Ministers of the OIC and hosted the ministerial meeting alongside the UN Secretary General here in New York on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly, and now I have the privilege and honor to host the OIC Secretary General on his first bilateral visit to Pakistan. Mr. Secretary General, we welcome you, and I would now like to pass the mic over to you for you to share your remarks.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Ministre, pour les propos que vous venez de tenir sur notre discussion de ce matin, qui a d'une importance capitale.
Thank you, Excellency Mr. Minister, for your kind words and for the issue we have discussed during our discussion right now.
Vous savez, comme je l'avais dit ce matin, votre pays est le pays fondateur de cette organisation, et parmi les pays fondateurs de cette organisation. Et la deuxième réunion de l'organisation s'est tenue à Lahore, au Pakistan. Donc, les relations avec l'OCI, entre nous et l'OCI et le Pakistan sont très importantes et très stratégiques.
As I said this morning, Pakistan is one of the founding members of OIC, and the second summit of the OIC was held here in Lahore, and that's why we, as the OIC, we pay a particular attention for the OIC and the activities proposed by OIC, by Pakistan.
La question du Jammu et Cachemire est au cœur de la politique étrangère du Pakistan. Et depuis plus de 4 décennies, l'OCI n'a cessé d'apporter un soutien fort et unanime au peuple de Jammu-Cachemire dans sa lutte pour le droit à l'autodétermination.
The issue of Kashmir is one of the main foreign policy of Pakistan, and more than 4 decades, the OIC is helping, is assisting Pakistan in coming over these challenges of Jammu and Kashmir.
Lors de la 48e session du CMAE, tenue à Islamabad le 22-23 mars 2022, le Conseil a retiré son rejet des actions illégales et unilatérales de l'Inde depuis le 5 août 2019.
During the 48th session of the CFM tenure here in Islamabad on 22nd, 23rd March 2022, the Council of Foreign Ministers, they reiterate the rejection of all the illegal acts and unilateral acts perpetrated by India during 2019.
Et donc l'OCI avait déjà demandé à l'Inde d'annuler toutes les mesures illégales et unilatérales prises à partir du 5 août 2019.
We as OIC, we request India to cancel all these decisions he has taken regarding Kashmir.
Donc, en marge de la 48e session de la CME, le groupe de contact de l'OCI sur le Jammu et Cachemire a tenu une réunion ministérielle et a réaffirmé le soutien de l'OCI aux droits du peuple de Jammu et Cachemire.
On the sideline of the 48th session of the CFM, the contact group, the OIC contact group for Kashmir, for Jammu and Kashmir, have set a ministerial session and they reaffirm the assistance of the OIC to the right of the people of Kashmir to self-determination.
Tout ça peut se faire sur le groupe de contact, adopter un plan d'action détaillé avec des tâches spécifiques assignées à lui-même et aux États membres du secrétariat général, à l'envoyé spécial pour le Jammu et Cachemire, à la CPIDH, à d'autres organisations et institutions subsidiaires de l'OCI pour la mise en œuvre des résolutions de l'OCI sur le Jammu et Cachemire.
The contact group has adopted a plan of action, detailed plan of action, with specific assignment in collaboration with member states, the General Secretariat, the Special Envoy for Jammu and Kashmir, and the IPHRC, and the other relevant OIC institutions to overcome all these challenges facing the issue of Jammu and Kashmir.
Le représentant spécial du secrétaire général de l'OCI pour le Jammu et Cachemire, le professeur Dubaï, s'est rendu au Jammu et Cachemire et nous a fait venir des informations très importantes.
During, as part of this activity, the special envoy, the OIC special envoy for Jammu and Kashmir, Dr. Yusuf Dubai, he made a visit to Jammu and Kashmir and he gave us detailed information, and inshallah during the next CFM he will be providing a comprehensive report in front of the foreign minister of the OIC member states.
Merci beaucoup. Merci. Excellent.
Now we will open it to the Q&A. For the Q&A session, we'll start with PTV. Ms. Namra, you can ask the question.
Thank you, sir. Sir, my question is to the Foreign Minister. Sir, Secretary General OIC will be visiting LOC in Azad Kashmir, and he will also be meeting the Kashmiri leadership there. So, what do you think? What message should go to the international community with this visit? And I would also like to direct a question to the Honorable Secretary General OIC. Sir, what is your message to the international community about the illegal occupation of Jammu and Kashmir?
Thank you. The OIC Secretary General, inshallah ta'ala, he will be visiting Azad Kashmir, and we are very grateful to the Secretary General of the OIC for undertaking this visit. It is an incredibly important visit to send a message to the entire world that the Muslim Ummah stands in solidarity with the people of Kashmir, that we have not forgotten the people of Kashmir, and a stark reminder to the world, to the United Nations, to the international community, that be it the agenda of Kashmir, the agenda of Palestine, these are the unfinished agenda of the international community, and we must work together to resolve these conflicts.
Je voudrais rassurer le public et elle-même que l'OCI, en venant ici en tant que secrétaire général, c'est pour rappeler d'abord que nous soutenons la cause du peuple cachemiri. C'est une façon pour nous de reconfirmer notre position qui est claire, de soutenir la cause du peuple cachemiri qui a beaucoup souffert de cette injustice qu'il vit.
If I take the decision to come here to Pakistan, it is to show to Pakistani, to the international organization and to the international community that OIC is supporting the cause of the Kashmiri, is working hand with Pakistan to find out a peaceful solution for this issue of Kashmir.
Next, I will request Mr. Mazhar Iqbal.
Thank you very much. I have a two-part question. I am Mazhar Iqbal representing PNN. My question is to His Excellency, the Secretary General OIC. Excellency, I have no doubt in my mind that as a Secretary General of OIC, you are well aware about the human rights situation there in Kashmir. I just want to know that what Pakistani Foreign Minister, His Excellency Mr. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, added in your information with reference to human rights violation in Indian-held Kashmir. One, as you have just mentioned that for the last 4 decades, OIC is supporting Kashmir cause and the stance of Pakistan, particularly on Kashmir issue. Would you like to elaborate that what is the outcome of this 4-decade-long support to the Kashmiri people? Thank you.
fait pendant ces 41 ans?
Non, je veux dire que beaucoup de choses ont été faites quand même. La question du peuple cachemiri a été le souci de l'OCI depuis sa création. Donc je ne pense pas que l'OCI n'a rien fait. Non, au contraire, beaucoup de choses ont été faites par notre organisation pour soutenir le peuple cachemiri.
For these 4 decades, the OIC had never stopped. They spared no effort to find out a solution in coordination with OIC member states. But as you may know, there are some kind of issue. It's not easy to find a solution one day. That's why we are hoping and we are keeping working with all the stakeholders, especially with the international organization, especially with some relevant member countries like Pakistan, to find out a solution. But as you know, the OIC General Secretary General is working in coordination with all 57 member countries.
Next, we have Arab News. Ms. Simon Shakir from Arab News.
Thank you very much, sir. I would rather like to take up the issue of Afghanistan. As in the previous OIC meeting, the issue of Afghanistan has been taken categorically, and there was one big session was also held. So if you can kindly elaborate a little that how much issues have been taken by the OIC Secretary or at the platform of OIC to resolve issues of Afghan people, especially Afghan women. So far, there is no change, no such change in the policies, and there is no recognition of Afghan Taliban. There is chaos, situation of chaos. So what is OIC exactly doing in practical, which should be seen on ground situation, as particular as the reality meets? Thank you very much.
Et concrètement, qu'est-ce que l'OCI a fait
La cause de
l'Afghanistan.
Pour l'Afghanistan. Oh, d'accord. Oui, pour l'Afghanistan, madame, on a, vous le savez, je ne sais pas, mais on avait, le secrétaire général de l'OCI a désigné un envoyé spécial qui doit tout le temps être en Afghanistan et apporter des nouvelles de la situation en Afghanistan. C'est un haut diplomate, un grand diplomate a été nommé pour ce poste. Et donc, c'est pour dire que nous suivons ce qui se passe en Afghanistan. La situation n'est pas facile, vous le savez, mais nous essayons d'être tout le temps en contact sur place. On a même envoyé quelques chefs religieux pour aller discuter avec les Afghans, les chefs religieux afghans sur la question de l'éducation des femmes, des filles. Et donc, on essaye de discuter avec les autorités afghanes pour voir qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire pour aider à la situation, que la situation des jeunes filles, l'éducation des filles revienne à sa place, que les femmes peuvent prétendre à des postes importants de travail. Et donc, tout ça, nous voulons que les Afghans, les autorités, enfin, de facto, qui sont en Afghanistan, sachent le souci, et notre souci n'est pas le nôtre seulement, il est le souci de toute la communauté internationale sur cette question des droits des femmes et des filles en Afghanistan. Donc, à ce niveau-là, nous faisons un grand travail. Nous sommes en contact avec les Afghans, avec les talibans, nous avons des contacts, notre envoyé spécial va les voir souvent. Nous avons réouvert notre bureau, le bureau de l'OCI qui est à Kaboul, a été rénové complètement et donc l'équipe va travailler en discutant avec les autorités de ces pays.
Dear Madam, as you may know, the OIC is working with the de facto established government of Afghanistan. You may recall that as the Secretary General for OIC, I appoint a special envoy for Afghanistan, and even this special envoy, he went to Afghanistan with some high scholar from the OIC member state, led by the Fiqh Academy. They went to Afghanistan to discuss with the high authority of Afghanistan. They have some discussion, and we are still discussing with them bilaterally. The other thing is we established our office in Kabul, and this office in Kabul is the joint between our activity in the General Secretariat and the de facto authority in Afghanistan. But as you may know also, Afghanistan is an independent country, and we at the OIC, we are working by consensus. That's why if we have to take any decision, it should be taken by the member states, and for this we have some contact with Afghanistan, with the authority in Afghanistan. They were somehow receptive with our concern, because our concern as OIC is also the concern of the international community. That's why we will work in coordination with all member states, especially Afghanistan and other member states, just to find out the solution, especially for the education of young women, because even my special envoy in Afghanistan went there also to re-discuss with them, but we are keeping discussing. It's not easy. I will not tell you it's easy to discuss with them. It's not easy, but we'll keep following with them, and solution may come one day.
Merci.
We are very grateful to the OIC Secretary General, for their role in the situation in Afghanistan. As I mentioned in my opening statement, not only have we inaugurated the OIC's mission in Afghanistan, the OIC Secretary General has established a special envoy for Afghanistan. The special envoy is engaging with Afghanistan. But obviously it is a difficult and complex situation. I believe the OIC as a platform, as one that represents the entire Muslim world, is a good platform to use to engage, particularly with Afghanistan. While engaging with Afghanistan, we have two messages, one for Afghanistan and one for the international community. For the international community, we have consistently insisted that they engage, and do not repeat the mistakes of the past. We saw in the last Afghan war that when that conflict was over, the international community washed their hands of the situation in Afghanistan, abandoned the people of Afghanistan, and then we had to pay the price with another Afghan war. We do not want to see that situation repeat itself. We would continue to beseech the international community to engage with Afghanistan, to unfreeze their funds, to allow for their banking channels to function. Surely the international community doesn't believe that the best pursuit of women's empowerment, or the way to encourage women's empowerment, is to facilitate the starvation of the people of Afghanistan. There's a humanitarian crisis developing in Afghanistan. 97% of the population are at risk of falling beneath the poverty line. So it is very important for the international community to continue to engage, to continue to engage. For the interim government of Afghanistan, our message to them is to help us help them, to create the environment within Afghanistan that would allow for the international community to engage more with them, and for those who want the best for the people of Afghanistan, for those who want to support the people of Afghanistan, to make that environment possible. In order to do so, we must live up to the commitments not made by me, not made by you, but the commitments made by the interim government in Afghanistan with their own people and with the international community on the issue of terrorism, on the issue of women's rights and women's education. It would help us help the people of Afghanistan if the interim government fulfilled their obligations.
I think it's getting late, and we have to excuse our guest today, so this concludes our briefing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
वज़ीर ख़ारजा बिलावल भुट्टो ज़रदारी OIC के सेक्रेटरी जनरल इस्लामाबाद में मुश्तरका न्यूज़ कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे थे। इस मुश्तरका न्यूज़ कॉन्फ्रेंस का इनेकाद वज़ारत ख़ारजा में किया गया था। सेक्रेटरी जनरल OIC हुसैन इब्राहिम ताहा पाकिस्तान के दौरे पर हैं।